People of all nations, unite. It is necessary for me to dive into this human river that the world obviously ignores. It is obvious that the ruling classes, the political classes around the world consider people like garbage dumped in the mud. It is clear that the ruling class, the political class around the world, believe that people are like flies around rotting fruits. People. That the ruling class think you are a puppet, an object. I have no doubt that these people deceive themselves. I have no doubt, people, you are the sovereign, a sleeping power, a nuclear bomb that could cause serious damage. Peoples, do not let one that have no honor and reason to reduce you to nothing. You are the sovereign. And it is not without reason that they mentioned or they said the voice of the people is the voice of God. You have the right to participate in your country politics. As a matter of fact, you are the stakeholders in your country politics. You represent an essential instrument of democracy. However, the democracy that they are masking you is fictional. It is not neither legal nor political. They speak of the universalities such as human rights, but it is a distant utopia. Peoples, you must demonstrate that you are not a political project. You are not a large supermarket to increase the profit of the elite or the elite. You must fight to build the world that you dream to live, which no one cannot erect for you. Pondwood mentioned, the people have never been properly solicited, never express its will, but only by lightnings. People, you do not commit yourself to go out and fight against this injustice. You have to commit yourself to fight against those injustices. This shame, this drama life, you will be solely responsible for your misery, your tribulation. You have all the means to revolt and unite to break the cycle of poverty, to take yourself out of the mud tide, to break the chain that ties your feet. William Shakespeare mentioned, all slave has in his hand the power to break his chains. In the third world countries, and even in the rich countries, politicians use violence, the democracy, to submit people to the exploitation. In Haiti, politicians use democracy to impoverish, to deceive, flooding the popular will. In other words, the consciousness of the Haitian people. In Santo Domingo, the political class, that's to say the poor class of Santo Domingo, which is in the majority, cannot hope to change their fate through election. But the political class, the technocrats of Santo Domingo, make them believe, speaking about the suffering class, which is in the majority in Santo Domingo, to vote, to go to election because it is the safest way to improve the situation of the working class, impoverished class. Politicians make people believe that going to the polls is a democratic way to change the country. However, Haiti, in Santo Domingo, in the countries of Latin America, African countries, to name a few, there are no elections, but there are selections. Consciousness, the goodwill of the people, are violated by burning, putting the ballot boxes in the garbage. The electoral fraud in Haiti, in Santo Domingo, in the countries of Latin America, Central African countries, it is a source of complete loss of credibility of all political parties and technocrats. These countries still remain with the sequel of Estado Novo of Vargas, president of Brazil in 1937, Perón in Argentina, François Duvalier in Haiti, Mobutu Sese Seko in Congo, Zaire, Somoza in Nicaragua, Batista in Cuba, Trujillo in Santo Domingo. The question of fascism in these countries that I just mentioned is still continue with a false democracy by making people believe that the election are essential in democracy. Politicians in Haiti, Santo Domingo, the country of Latin America, African countries, to mention a few, are still unable to establish a nationalist government, politician in the country. To plagiarize Tamara, our politician today, with the exception of a few, are there a great man? It is doubtful. They make a bloody business policy. They have served our people. Our managers, they exile our managers, our good people. Saw death in the country. It will be a day that the fascists will pay for all the evil that they perpetrate against our people. The world doesn't need a human tide to change, to revolutionize the world. A small group enough to transform the world. André Gide said, I believe in the virtue of a small nation. I believe under a few, the world will be saved by a few. The proletarian of the world, especially African proletarians, must recognize their strengths and weaknesses. Africa is a rich continent. The continent doesn't exploit its wealth because the political leaders of Africa want to be more white than white. They do not want to train, educate the poor classes just to keep them in misery, in poverty. African politicians do not learn from their past. They tend to become mired in a sterile politics. African elite have no political vision. The disease of colonization still remains in Africa because all African political leaders have a foreign leader, a boss that they have to give account on what is going on in their country. The continent, even after its independence, is still run, controlled by foreign powers. Haiti is in the process of completely losing its national sovereignty because the Haitian politicians or the Haitian political leaders are traitors, pranksters, people that have white cheese in place of their brain. Good governance does not exist in Haiti, in Santo Domingo. The Dominican politicians think they are white. Indeed, they want to whiten the country, as we really wanted to do. This trend become a nightmare for the Dominican working class. The Dominican politicians want to show other foreign countries that Santo Domingo is a country of the white and rich. Consequently, the Dominican proletarian become a pariah community. Peoples, you must unite. Otherwise, your children, yourself, will be die paupers, like a horse that have no master. May God bless all.